Of course, last week marked the year anniversary of the insurrection on January 6th. And it's a very interesting conundrum because, like I said late last week, a lot of the country, depending on what political stripe you're on, believes that it was nothing but a fight for democracy. And a lot of people believe that it was, in fact, what it was, an insurrection. And it's interesting because if we took every facet of what happened on January 6th, every single one, from the fact that, people were lied to and thousands rushed to Capitol, and that hundreds of police officers were injured, and that 5 people were killed, and that officials, government officials, were spirited away for fear of them being hurt or killed. If there were gallows erected, if there were men and women with bear spray and zip ties and screaming, "Hang Mike Pence," if they were rifling through Congress's paperwork, if they had sought to do what they sought to do, which was to stop official government proceeding, if they had defecated all over the floors like they did, every aspect of what happened on January 6th was exactly the same, except that they were black. Do you believe that the country would be in this malaise? You believe that people like Tucker Carlson would say, "Oh, it wasn't terrorism"? Do you believe that Ted Cruz would be so virulent, so vociferous in his approach one day calling it terrorism, and the other day, later on that evening when he was on Tucker Carlson, saying he misspoke? The only reason that we are in this conundrum is because it was the color of the people's skin who perpetrated this attack. That's all. That's it. If every single facet remained the same, except the people who perpetrated the crime look like me, this country would be in upheaval. People would be arrested. There would be laws written in place. We would still be having investigations. You wouldn't need people on Facebook and social media to turn in homegrown terrorists. As a matter of fact, for a very long time, the FBI and our security apparatuses were worried about 2 things: black extremists. Up until the last administration, Donald Trump, William Barr and them were worried about black extremists. They were worried about us doing exactly what happened the other day, seeking to overthrow the government. So I asked you, if any other facet of what happened on January 6th was every other facet was the same, except that they look like me instead of like Tucker Carlson, do you think that people would have the same tepid response they do right now? And the answer is no, they would not. No, they would be running around here like their hair on fire, because it would be. And there should be no discernible difference. It shouldn't matter what color the people were who took up arms. It shouldn't matter where they lived or what they believed or how they voted. It matter if we in truth are a democracy, it should matter that it was attacked. And every time you turn around, these people with these tepid responses really only add to the fact that this is more likely to happen again. Can you honestly tell me that if every aspect of what happened on January 6th was the same, except the color of the people's skin, do you honestly believe that people would have the mild responses that they do? Do you believe that Tucker Carlson would say out of his mouth, "This isn't terrorism"? That's a little note from the GED section. We've got the Jazz Report coming up in 15 minutes. It's the D.L. Hughley Show.